All right, taking a little bit of time to look at the team I'm coaching's oddball on vacancy last night. Normally, I don't really look at stats too much because stats don't really tell the whole story of the match, but I think there's some pretty telling things here when we take a look at these two columns for our team and then these two stats. We, outslayed here, outslayed here, outslayed here, and only went -2 here. So our team went positive slays wise, but got out oddballed by 120 seconds. So immediately that tells me like we're doing something wrong. We're not getting the ball enough whenever we have chances to. Obviously we have some players with some pretty low ball time, but it's not like no one was just not touching it at all. So where are the gaps in the time that we can have the ball in our hands versus the time that we're actually holding it and doing something with it? So going to take a look at that. Also, obviously, just going to kind of take a look at how our breaks and splits and things go, and if we're putting pressure on the map, some other things. So let's get into it. We'll start with Scott's POV and maybe switch around a little bit just depending on how things go. All right. So obviously off the start here, there's no shock up, there's no power ups on the map. So the primary thing is the ball, and then obviously taking up space around it. So curious to see where we split off to. So we kind of got a strong side, weak side type of thing. Nope, we end up splitting to 2-2, which is okay. I feel like this is a little dangerous. We also know that there's a guy on ball, but like you're just gonna get beamed here. I would suggest like taking one of the edge routes unless you just want to headbutt ball like straight on. But so we have a pretty decent line. I think that Trevor's a little bit behind. Alex is a little too early. Like these are the kind of things that we need to get better at. Like Alex doesn't need to just rush in, but at the same time, Scott like holding top tower right now while we don't have control is not really that useful. Like if you just come here and look, like as he turns this corner, I mean you still can't help him because he's just too committed to the fight. But we need to talk about as a team, like are we hard pushing this? And if we are, then you two both need to slide off this box together and just be here together, because this looks a whole lot better if you two show up at the store at the same time. Instead, you're kind of just chilling while Alex goes and dies, but at the same time, Alex is like way too aggressive for my liking. If we go back to the other side of the map, so we definitively lost that side 2-1. So over here, Kyle is like super aggressive. Again, Trevor's getting damaged, but like he's very exposed. There's no escape for him where he's at. And again, you could argue, like, does this guy even really matter? You know that there's a guy who's on ball. Like, can we just go here and fight this guy on ball? So, like, I'm not thinking about going up this way right now because it doesn't really matter too much. And you see how the other team ends up with a whole lot more ball time, and this is just the first couple of seconds of the game. But, like, their immediate thought is, hey, let's get the ball. Our immediate thought is, hey, let's go find some people to kill. Yeah, so I think like everyone basically made a mistake. Alex was too aggressive. Scott was too passive. Thermo is playing for things in front of the ball. So Kyle, like again, like who cares about that guy unless he's literally putting pressure on you directly? Like let's collapse on the ball. And then I think Trevor's just out of the fight. He's in a spot that like doesn't really help us too much. He's very exposed there. Like I would rather us 3-1 push this way or 3-1 push the other way, or even 2-2. But having that guy like mid map and just taking pressure head on is not great for us. All right. So Alex is the first spawner here. Again, this is his first death. A little crazy. Finishing a fight. That's fine. Like, you can say, "Yay, we finished the fight and killed that guy," but also we abandoned Scott and Scott dies for free. So it's kind of like a, is that what we should do? And I also think Scott should just get back inside the shroud and go with you, but some of that's going to come with more time as a team. Some of that's going to come with more coordination. This looks good. Like, they're 2 dead. Like, we need to be in this fight. Again, pressure, pressure, pressure. Anytime we have numbers, I want us to not be like hesitating and standing and shooting our guns. I want us to get as close as we can to where they have no escape and fight from there. So like there's a whole lot of like this looking, and you guys just have the freest. Like, Alex is drawing so much attention right now. If you guys aren't just thinking about shooting them from a distance and just thinking about going through here, like, this is just so free. So when we think about breaks, and like how to actually break setups, we normally want to take an outside route, but we also want to time it to where, what our teammates doing actually matters. So first, they are 1 dead, right? Like, you're spawning and your idea is to go here and to go mid, which is fine because you're trying to get up the map fast. But if you 2 just hit this route, we get here in a much safer manner. But this is also okay too if you're just fast about it. Because again, you immediately stop and start shooting here, but I'm telling you, like, we want to get behind them. But the 2 are together. Just kind of awkwardly timed, but it should work out actually. Yep, we get 2 kills. Again, I think Trevor is a little slow here. Like, just immediately drop and follow Alex. Yep, you can cut that way and get there faster. Yeah, I think just very micro decision making, but like, you're here, like, you can see this guy way faster if you just walk up. Instead, you're taking like a slightly, like a 1 second slower route. But I will also say, and Kyle, I know you just got a double kill, so you're feeling pretty good about yourself. But in reality, like, you just won the fight. Like, they can't do anything here. If you just get back around this corner, like, don't hard commit to challenging this, then you save Trevor from being slow. Like, we can blame teammates for being slow, and obviously this is more like a matchmaking concept than anything, because teammates should be more aligned in an actual game. But we can also buy our teammates time by just playing cover. So you kill those 2 guys, and then you just peek this like this. You keep your shields, you stay alive, and more importantly, you allow your teammate time to get back into the fight, because there's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't be getting ball time here. We just killed 2 people, and we only have 1 guy down. And we know that this guy is in no man's land and has no escape. And, like, you're putting a ton of damage on him, but, like, you have cover to this side and you have cover to this side. If you just get around the corner, you can tag out bait and switch, because this is a perfect opportunity to bait and switch. You can also come back up here and, like, get an alt angle. And again, you can hold this guy forever. He has no escape. You do have escape. But instead we die for free, and now, our teammate has to go finish the fight. So I really, really want you, like, you do a really good job, because I watched this match earlier, of getting a bunch of damage out on the map and hitting some flank routes. But I also want you to just not give your life away for free. Like, a lot of times flanker's job also is to just buy time, to be a distraction, to be annoying. Like, you're just shooting the guy and just drawing his attention away from what happens, instead of, taking up a fight to the death, because you just got 2 free kills. There's no reason to throw your life away for free. All right. And yeah, there's a whole lot of, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like we are not just sprinting and, like, trying to find things to slide off of and get into the fight with our teammates. We're moving towards stuff, but we're moving towards it with our gun up. getting shock rifle here. I think the only caveat is like this is just so exposed, and the ball's more important than shock rifle, to be honest. Like let's clear that, and then we can come back and get shock later. But it's whatever. I consider the shock rifle to be like below the tier of the sniper rifle or like the rockets, so or the overshield or the camo. Like it's not as important to pick up immediately. We can always come back and deal with it later. And like this ball's gonna reset when we should have just had time. Alex, I can guarantee this was a bad death. Just based on where you're standing at. And like I know you guys have it in you. I see good plays all the time, but then I see stuff like this where we're just like fighting to the death against 3 people. And like again, you say, "Oh man, 3 people showed up. I wasn't expecting that." But in reality, it's like, yeah, 3 people showed up, but you shouldn't be fighting this guy anyways. Like you shoot him now, and then you just start backing up. You just start walking backwards, and yeah, so this guy's going to show up. But guess what? You can always go towards your teammate here. I would also say playing this tower is kind of sketchy from over there. I prefer to play it this way, but I can understand you're trying to see top mid. None of that matters though, because this ball is just like chilling here. And these people going top mid are completely out of the fight. If we can get control of green and just touch the ball and move it towards green, like, who cares? Like, they can go top mid all they want. Like, we can put, hey, you can't come in here for free. Hey, like, yeah, we probably eventually want a guy tower, but, like, again, none of this matters to me if we don't have the ball in our hands. So, bad death. Skill by Trevor. Kyle's trying to get up the map, but then he's changing his mind. And like, see, you see routes and you see ways through the map. It's just about getting there on time with your teammate. Because like right now, Alex should be like, hey, wait up and let's hit this together. Maybe you guys are doing this. This looks like this is going to work out for us. Yeah, look at that. You got 2 assists. I don't know how. Again, not sure what this looks like on your screen, but yeah, like as soon as that happens, like hard sprint around this corner, and then we can deal with that guy later. We just got 2 kills for free. Like you don't need to die. The second you get shot in the back, you should be thinking like this. And you know, if Alex has more shields than you, that's fine. You guys get around this corner, and then you could look at each other and be like, all right, let's turn and shoot this guy, and then just turn around the corner and shoot. Instead, you're like half committed. You turn and fight, but you don't need to yet. And I'll say also, it's kind of unlucky that Alex got hit by a sticky there, but yep, Scott's kind of holding his ground here. This is all fine. Oh, slightly early on your green gun shot, but and as you guys get better, like if you see your teammate challenging, you've got to chow too. Even if you're one shot, I want you to jiggle peek this. Like just slightly jiggle peek it. Like I'm not asking you to full on hard chow this, but if you can just get here and notice that this thing goes faster if you're up on the timeline, that's interesting. But if you can just jiggle peek this, you can always get back. And if you can just buy your teammate one shot, a lot of times they can win the fight. Okay. Once again, they're 2 dead. I don't even know where the ball's at. Actually, I do. It's over here. Like, how much time are we wasting not touching the ball here while they're 3 dead now? Like, Trevor should be moving towards the ball. Unfortunately, Alex dies in an awkward spot, so it kind of makes things a little more difficult. But nice way to drop off. Like, go behind Kyle. Yeah, don't stand here and worry about this. Who cares? Just go that way. Grab the ball. Grab the ball. A lot of like indecision where you're going one way and then going the other way, and that indecision gives them a couple seconds to get back behind you. And I know you're like, where should I fill in space? Like I can tell you the most important space is right there towards the ball. So Like, this is fine, whatever. Like, and you live through it. That's important. Like, right now, like, in my mind, it's like, drop this way so you're not getting shot from top mid, go through the shroud, and go towards the ball. And we can get the ball, and then we can deal with whatever else later. It doesn't really matter. But instead, you're like, okay, I should look top mid. And, like, there is no one near the ball. You guys have, like, a perfect perimeter here. All 4 people are alive. They're 3 up, but, like, they have 10 seconds before they can even get into a fight, realistically, that they can win, and we're just not touching the ball. And again, like, you're hesitating, going one way, going the other way. When in doubt, go towards the teammate, go towards the ball, live the objective. In this case, you chose neither of those things and just kind of sprinted top mid. Kyle, like, the same kind of thing. Like, you make a really good play here to get through, as we talked about, and get to assist. You shroud for your teammate. Like, again, I'm not even thinking, I'm not going this way. Like, the ball is right there. It's just begging you to come touch it. And I know you get a bunch of ball time this game. You get a kill. That's cool. You could have got that kill from here and then just went and grabbed this ball, because as soon as we get numbers, we know we should be holding the ball. And you're like down in the open again. Like, I want you to be up here fighting. Like, this looks so much better if he runs through that doorway and you're just here beaming him while he's doing it. And then, like, oh, the fight's not actually going my way. Then you can just turn around the corner, and guess what? You've got 2 teammates that can kill him. But instead, you're in a position of no man's land where you have no ability to live. Nothing to say about that, Trevor. Like, you've been playing your life well this game. I do agree. Only thing is, again, there's been a million opportunities. You were around that ball forever and just never touching it. So, just for all of you guys, like, just keep that in mind. Anytime we can get scrappy ball time, get it. It is completely okay to pick the ball up for a second and then drop it. Like, there's nothing wrong with picking it up and still just scanning. Like, it's better for us to gain. You know, we could have been in the lead if we had just done this before. But instead, we just leave the ball on the ground this whole time when we had several opportunities to pick it up. Yeah, I mean, Scott, I know that you're better than this. Like, just don't fight this guy to the death. Hang closer to the cover. Like, if you want to shoot him twice, whatever. Like, I'm shooting him as I'm walking that way, and I'm trying to get with Alex. Or I'm just, like, holding this line and, like, playing close to the wall. Like, you have teammates. Like, this is so close to being a good distraction where you've got 2 people looking at you, and Kyle's about to get the freest kill of all time, and then Alex is going to telegraph where he's coming from by throwing a grenade, but also maybe that grenade's actually going to bounce and hit somebody. We'll find out. Let's see. Yeah, it hits Kyle. Good. Okay. But anyways, also Alex, like, this is kind of the, like, passive route when I'm down numbers that I might take. But if Scott's holding that line like he should be and not dying for free, and Kyle comes in, like, you need to be, like, as fast as possible. So don't take the scenic route. Like, take the most direct route you can when you are doing this kind of collapse. And maybe you don't see it, but you should be able to see this. Like, if we go back to your point of view here, and you do the thing that I told that Scott should be doing in this case. Like, you fly through the doorway, you draw their attention a little bit, and then you're like, okay, I'm not going to fight these guys. And yeah, I don't know, like, what we can see from your first person point of view, but we do see that we have teammates to the side here. Like, again, don't telegraph this. We're not worried about pre-nading. Like, just walk up here and shoot. If things look bad, like, I mean, it looks perfect to me because this guy is really weak. Then you get a kill. If things look bad, guess what? Turn around and run away. Okay, it was not your grenade, so take it back. Anyways, we get a kill, but unfortunately we lost 2 people because Scott's not really playing the doorway. All right, for the first time, we get a kill and immediately pick up the ball, and unfortunately die. Just be a little bit quicker about getting around the corner. It's also kind of unlucky that you get picked there. You could also argue that, like, as we're trying to get through this doorway, like, Trevor needs to be more in the, like, hey, you can't shoot my ball carrier kind of mode. I also don't know how this guy hits the shot from here. This is kind of crazy. Okay, no, he's standing more in the open. But, like, Trevor needs to be having a presence on the map here. Like, your full shields, like, don't be hugging this wall. Like, stand here and shoot so your ball carrier can get around the corner. Instead, we give another death away for free. And we toss the ball when we don't need to toss the ball. But, I mean, you can argue toss the ball and go that way. And, like, we can set up around market. But, like, tossing the ball and then just being like, oh, well, whatever. That's not helpful to us in this case. So, but at least we can argue we've got people here together now. You and Scott are team shooting a bit. This guy top mid, nice pick. Like, it's insane to me, and I appreciate that you are just grabbing the ball here and running away. So, like, you go for the overkill. You just grab the ball. I will say throwing a shroud on yourself while you're full shields is kind of questionable to me. Like, my thought would be like, hey, I've got a shroud, I'm gonna hold this ball and then I'm gonna shroud here so I can get through this space for free and then get over here. Like, use the shroud as like a shroud so that they can't shoot you in this open area, or like as a last ditch kind of, like, guys show up and you can shroud yourself and run away. But looks like you're gonna get into position anyways. Unfortunately, that guy's through now. And you play the ball. All right, what happened with Kyle off this last life? Don't really have too much to say about it. It wasn't a great life. You again are kind of hesitating and looking for fights, and then you don't really isolate your angle very well. But also just kind of sucks that they all show up there together. I think I commented on this in another video, but, like, let me see here. Like, this area right here is here we go. This whole area right here, I consider no man's land. Like, never walk up this ramp ever unless they are fort dead. Like, anytime you get into this area, you just die. I would rather you run forward and jump on top of this and then jump up here, or preferably you just go through jail to get there, but try to stay out of this area because it just doesn't ever seem to work out well. And, like, you got free damage there, like your ball guy's getting shot at. Like, imagine how much better this looks if you're not shooting that guy and your immediate thought was, hey, I'm going to go here, my ball guy's getting shot at. Oh, nice, there's people's sides and backs. Or, hey, I'm just going to go and look over my ball guy while he gets the ball out. We're also seeing, like, some weird stuff happening too. So what exactly happens here? Like, think of this as like escorting the flag carrier back, Scott. Like, I want you to turn and make sure that they can't just get bottom mid for free. Instead, you're just kind of bailing out. Cool, we get a kill, but unfortunately we abandoned the ball guy. Whatever at that point. And, like, yeah, here's a really good example too of something that you guys probably aren't thinking about very much, but, like, Scott should be calling, hey, there's two guys over here as you guys spawn. And maybe it looks a little bit more like, do you see how much we're just standing and holding our gun up and not, like, getting into the fight? This is the kind of thing I was trying to describe when I was showing Scott's point of view earlier, where we're going towards stuff, but we're doing it in, like, this such a passive route. Like, first, again, no man's land here and here. Like, anytime that you show up in these areas, you pretty much die. Like, if you guys just hit gel together, and then maybe one guy goes bottom mid and can, like, this is going to work out a whole lot, but we're funneling into like really bad areas, and then we're fighting things that don't matter. Like, who cares? Leave those guys at blue forever. Like, this is the ball guy. Most important thing is getting the ball out of his hands. And yes, we need to kill everybody eventually so that we can get the ball. But we also don't want them to just be holding the ball for free while we're doing it. And now they're like all pinched together. Like, this is just curious how Alex dies. I think that, like, this is kind of crazy. Like, I'm probably not dropping on the roof. I'm just playing around this building. And then I'm like you peek a few times here, which is fine, but like think about like peek, slide peek this way or whatever, because you're just telling them like where to throw their grenades. Meanwhile, Alex is one shot. Just a little too aggressive. Like, you've got to really play the peaks super tight whenever we're one shot. Like, I want you to peek and do damage for your team, but you've got to have in your mind, like, is the guy looking at me at all? And if he is looking at you, then you do not want to like full commit to a peek. The other problem is like we're all just super grouped up here. I'm not sure where everybody came from. This is fine. This is good. Yeah, like, I'm not hesitating. I'm just running up in here, which you are. That's good. It's kind of unlucky timing a little bit, but I appreciate that you're going for the ball there, but we know that they're like all four there, I think. So can we just make sure that it's clear before we do it?
Enemy team nearing victory.
All right. Let's see what happens here. So this is the previous play. Okay. Again, like, I don't care about any of this stuff because the ball's over there. And like, I'm not telling you not to jump up here and just like run and get shot in the side. What I'm telling you is to run, turn your camera slightly as you're running, see if there's anybody there, and then just go. And then whoever this is, Alex, is a little too aggressive. Let's see. So like, you're running in. Now you're again doing the kind of peek thing. Yeah, so trying to describe this in a way, and maybe we need to talk about it more in details, but we need to clear areas, like run through open space, but clear areas. So I would consider this open space. I would consider this open space, but this is an object. And if you can use the objects, as Scott says, or Suspector Coaching Scott says, as a stop sign, then what we can do is we can get here and say, okay, now I need to check and make sure no one's here. And then you peek, okay, no one's here. Now I can start going. And maybe they catch you off guard when you're in that transition. But it looks a whole lot better than like standing in this open space for too long and then like hard committing to this. Like, you want to peek this first. It's also not the worst either, though. It's kind of a straight one-on-one, and if you just hit your shots, you win it. All right, so Trevor jumps on top of that and then dies. Trevor really likes coming straight on, which I'm not saying is the worst. I will say, for all of you guys, if you launch a grenade and it hits this, it like bounces like right here, like right at their feet. So it's a very hittable grenade if you can practice just throwing your grenades to land, in this area. It's going to bounce on them instead of like throwing it at the rooftop or whatever. Looks like you're doing it a little bit there. I haven't checked what Thermo was doing on this life. I do find it interesting that none of you decided that this was a good route to take. Because like right here is just free ball to me. And it also leaves you like pivots to like curb slide this way and get out this way if you want. Everybody takes the high ground, and I know high ground is normally a good thing. But in this case, like, I feel like Vacancy is one of the few maps where bottom mid is almost kind of like live fire. Live fire seems to have a lot of space too that you can take up bottom mid and kind of route yourself in and out of different areas of the map for free. So just think about that. Again, kind of standstill shooting. I don't blame you for not walking through and getting shot by this guy. Again, if one of you guys went bottom mid, you probably break this. Probably too much of a backup. Like, just stand there for a second, get your shields. But whatever. Okay, again, no one's hitting this other route. Like, we're all kind of funneling to the same direction where they can all just train their reticles at the same place. So I guess one like note just specifically for Vacancy is very much consider bottom mid a valid route to take whenever we're talking about breaking setups. Right. Second round off start. And again, like, they're immediately on the ball, so you can tell this team is way more not just objective efficient, but objective mindful. Like, none of our players are playing for the ball off start. We're playing for space, which isn't a bad thing, but like, they got 6 seconds for free there, and that 6 seconds may make a difference later. Well, we're just fighting out of weird spots. This is good living. I think that, like, you could be a little bit more efficient with like your back downs. Like, instead of backing all the way down, like, you're covered here. You can just chill here. You can jiggle a little bit. Like, if I go all the way here, I'm just leaving and like not even worried about it. I'm just going another way. You back like super far down and then peek back out. Like, just feel like you're safe. You can dodge grenades as they come. There's also like a lamppost you can jump on here, or a surge box, whatever. You can jump on that.
Shock rifle available.
Just kind of leave Alex to fight that fight, which he wins it, thankfully. Yeah, you're trying to hit some flanks. I think at times we need to figure out, like, is it time to flank versus is it time to just stay with my team? Because, like, while you're doing all this, we notice subtly what's going on in the background is, like, again, you're like, okay, well, that fight's probably going to be fine. It's, you leave Alex and he wins it, but guess what? Now that you're away from Alex, Alex dies. And then, because you're still flanking, Scott dies. Or Scott maybe wins this, but, like, you're doing all of this where you could have just been with your team, fighting with your team. You don't have to spread out. And a lot of times when we're not into control, it's better to get our numbers together when we can. And now we're just kind of staggered dying, like Alex died, you know, 10 seconds ago, and then Scott died 5 seconds ago, and then you died now, and now Alex dies again, and now, you know, Scott's about to die again. Oh. And, like, it takes him getting, like, some crazy play to make this work. Because if he doesn't, like, we're really hurting. So it's kind of a weird thing, but, like... And actually, I want to kind of go back and watch this entire life. Because it seems like you just kind of went all over the place. Like, he picks up the ball and starts moving that way. I'm not worried. I'm just immediately going here and shooting. Because you've got this guy's back. You know you have his back because you can see the ball walking away. Like, I don't care about this guy. He doesn't really matter too much. Like, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, he matters, and you can argue you're helping your teammate. But you can also argue, like, hey, Kyle, let's not worry about those guys. Just curb slide bottom mid and go fight the ball guy. So, like, I think prioritizing the right kills is something we can think about. Also sticking together with like team. Like here, you and Alex have a good opportunity to work together. You cross streams. Alex goes that way. You go this way. Who's right? Who's wrong? Doesn't really matter, but they're two down and we're still just not getting ball and we're not like super coordinated as a team. Okay, you got an assist, so you know the guy that was chasing you died. You get that ping, like, we know that at least one person's dead. Like, I'm not like hesitating trying to find this guy. I'm just going, like, and if he's not here, then that means he's down here somewhere. Instead, you're like super slow about it, and now you're like caught in a corner. And you know, the guy who was weak that you were supposed to kill now turns around and gets to kill you. Okay, now let's check somebody else out for a second. Just trying to fight towards team again, taking a little long. We get the kill, so it's fine to turn. But like, these are opportunities where we have two people together. Like, we need someone to take control and recognize, hey, we're side by side. Let's go this way. And you guys need to call that. And I don't know how you set that up. You can say, hey, go left with me, Scott. Go right with me, Kyle. Instead, we split off. And like now we're trying to finish up on Alex's damage, but imagine how much better Alex's damage looks if you and Kyle are together instead we're fighting for different things. Too jumpy. Always too jumpy. Okay, we got 2 kills. We got 3 kills. Holy cow, we got the ball in our hands for a second. Not even a second, but we touched it. Again, a lot of like face the pressure head on, which is not a bad thing, but you got 2 people here. We can again consider someone going this direction. I think you're finally doing it. Nope. Like, you see, they're really apt to take the alt angles. We tend to wait too long before we take them. And they're the ones dictating, like, the pressure on the map and dictating the tempo, because we're having to react to where they go instead of them reacting to where we go. I feel like you get just a little... Well, first, you're super slow here. Like, we've got 3 kills. Again, I don't know that you know it, but you do know that we killed this guy. You also know that there was another guy that just fell. Like, don't stand here and get your shields. Come this way and start working towards the ball as you get your shields. Like, this is pretty safe. You can almost guarantee that no one's going to be in this area because your team is here and because you just got 2 kills. So, like, instead of, like, hard holding this, I wouldn't even mind if you went this way, but I feel like this is a little riskier, but like, you're going to be late to the next fight because you're standing here, whereas you this whole time you could have just been walking this way and like maybe your teammate dies, but now you've got this guy's back. Instead, you're kind of taking the pressure head on. Like, they're even pre-nading where they think you're going to be coming from. And then this fight, just shoot your gun and do some damage. Like, you kill this guy because your teammate's with you, but you need to trust, like, it's better for you to get some damage out than to go for, like, the super high risk. If I pray and throw a stick in, connect with this guy, it's going to work. Like, your team in the long run is better off for you to just play for an assist there. And in this case, you would have lived too. Like, this is, again, like, check it out. Like, oh, there's no one here. We're good to go. We are good to go. They are rotating bottom mid. And Alex is going to go and fight them. Oh my god, of course my camera changed angles. So, again, clear. Alex is going. You are like, nah, I'm just going to stand here. Like, and you can very clearly see Alex on your screen here. Just go with him. Like, just go. In fact, like, you're so much not going, you're like, well, never really liked Alex anyways, and you just go completely to the other side of the map. So Alex dies for free. We get a kill away from the ball, but again, they're still getting ball time this whole time. So, all right, just got a kill on the ball. Oh my god, they're nading us like crazy. I don't know. I see a ping here. I see a ping here. I see a ball there. Like, I'm just flying forward. I know that this part of the map is safe. It's kind of whatever. Like, fought with your teammate and died. Yeah. So Scott kind of flew forward a little bit and then just died because he doesn't drop. Just drop and live, bro. You win this as you get better. I promise the better play is to like slide into this box and play off the box than to just stand here and straight up fight it. But you win the fight, so who am I to say? You see the grenades, like, don't hesitate, like, start moving forward. Again, we're going to talk about crossing streams a whole lot because I feel like these are some of the critical moments that you guys can just understand. Like, Alex is coming from there for a reason. The ball's here, but you guys can't, like, he can't go that way and you go this way. One of you two needs to make the call. Like, when you see each other, whenever you're about to give this high five, one of you two needs to say turn and fight, and the other one has to just immediately, without objection, say, yes, I'm going to turn and fight. So whether that's you or Alex, it doesn't matter. You knew there was a guy coming from here, so maybe it's on you to say, Alex, I'm coming with you, or whatever. But we have an opportunity to guarantee we win one of these two fights. Instead, we're going to take two one-on-ones. And it works out because that guy's one shot, but and it works out because that guy's one shot. But if they were both full shields, we could have very easily lost both those fights. So, and even still, like, we just got 2 kills. Also, Alex, I don't, like, just get in and around the ball. And again, you don't know that a guy's here, but, like, I feel like there's going to be more pressure coming this way because they're trying to fight for the ball, which is here. But this is okay. I think, like, looking back on this, you could argue since Scott has the ball, maybe it's good for Alex to turn and fight with him. Gonna get chip naded, so part of this isn't your fault. Just slide forward. Like, I know you want to hold your gun up, but, like, you can just kill that guy straight up. And yeah, like, get in with Alex, make sure this area is clear before. And again, we're back in no man's land. If you guys take absolutely nothing else from this video, stop going here. Stop being in this area. This why we fight poster should be why do we fight here? Because stop. So just stop. Like, do not be in this area. Unless we are, like, super full on, hey, we have heavy advantage running up the map. Stop being in this area. Nothing good can come from it.
Shock rifle available.
Ball's just chilling again. Now we grab it when we're too dead, which is questionable. It's kind of weird too that, again, like, we have opportunities to play off of each other. Like, you two are together here, like, whether you know that you're together or not. Like, you two are in the same area. Like, you should not leave each other when you're 2 down, which at this point you're only 1 down. But even still, like, we're at disadvantage. We shouldn't be thinking about, like, running away. Like, Trevor, if you see Kyle going this way, you should go with him. At the same token, like, Kyle doesn't need to even be dropping. Just stand in this doorway and, you know, you watch the people approaching him, he watches the people approaching you, and you guys fight together. Said you, like, just completely bail on him. Now we're kind of regrouping with the team. Holy cow. What a ratty play by that guy. We trade him out though, so this shouldn't be the worst. But we're kind of like caught in no man's land too. Like, you guys just got to get out. Like, you got the kill in this area, you guys just got to get through the doorway. And it's hard to say because you kind of get caught off guard by this guy. But everybody also just abandoned you too. Which maybe is fine because they're going to kill the people around the ball. The only other thing I'll say about, like, this fight in general is, like, make this guy waste as much time as possible. Like, let your team clear that whole area out, and I want you to just ring around the rosy around this forever until he figures out a way to kill you. And, like, if he turns, then you just start running the other direction. Like, I want him to waste literally as much time as possible trying to kill you. And you're kind of doing it, but you're kind of trying to shoot too. Like, keep your feet on the ground and just, like, peek. Is he coming? Okay, I'm going to keep running. Peek. Is he coming? Okay, I'm going to keep running. Or, like, hey, is he coming? Hey, maybe he's chasing me down around that way, and then I can run this way, right? Like, don't even try to shoot your gun in this exchange. Like, I want you to, instead of wasting 5 seconds of his time, I want you to waste 30 seconds of his time, or whatever, until you get your shields back. That was that team. And see, like, Alex isn't worried about it. And again, if you can just get through, maybe this all works out. But, and I know, Alex, you want to take a separate route. Again, I think the separate route thing makes sense whenever we have, like, 3 people in an area. If it's just 2, if you guys just, like, you're wasting time looking that way, whereas you 2 could both just be beaming this guy right now and he's dead. Scott, again, like, you have a teammate with you too. Just don't die here. Like, get around the wall. Like, and again, we can argue Alex should be with you. We can also argue, like, you can just literally turn and pick up the ball and drop and live. People dead. Alright, so you're kind of going for the ball and the guy picks you off. Can argue it's not time to go for the ball yet, but yep, Scott's shooting, so you should be up there shooting. And I mean, I don't mind that death. It was a death in a team fight. At least you got into the fight. Nice. Yeah, you're one shot. You can't really help too much. You are at least trying to do something. You get hard committed and don't play tight enough to cover a whole lot, I've noticed. If you just, like, hold the cover just slightly better, you're gonna live through a lot of these fights and still be able to deal a lot of damage. Let's play by Kyle there. I think we actually get a bunch of ball time here. Also notice how far we're pushed up. We're actually putting pressure on the map and forcing them to spawn green. So now we know where they're coming from and we can play off of that, and you guys can like hard play. I like that Kyle's actually paying attention to where they're coming from. I like that Scott's turning around. Like now that they're 4 up, we need to be collapsing back towards where they're at. This is good. Like this actually looks like reasonable oddball at this point. The first time that we've held the ball for more than like 5 seconds. Okay, whatever, you gotta reload. Nice kill. Yeah, try to soak up as much time as you can here and see what happens with your team. This guy gets through, you can start shooting now. Nice. Yeah, things are going to get a little awkward here because we're kind of not blocking both sides at this point. I think Trevor's spending too much time like down in market where he could be taking more aggressive space, but you know what? It works out, so who am I to say? Peek for him. Okay. God, this actually looks like coordinated Halo though. Like Alex just keeps anchoring spawns blue and forcing them to all spawn green, even though they are spawning red a lot because Trevor's not as pushed up any longer. But like we just ran off like 60 straight seconds of ball time.
Shock rifle available.
Okay. Really don't have that much to say. Like it feels like we actually had a plan here and we're executing it and it's just working. Yeah, and I don't necessarily like Trevor's positioning so much, but he's making it work because he's putting himself in a spot where he's not exposed from the beginning. Yep, Kyle stayed a little too long and gets nailed. If you just don't expose yourself here when we've got like less than 10 seconds left, like you probably just win the round right here. But overall, it was like a really good, like the best possible setup you can even think about. And yeah, like Alex is doing, you don't want to give all the praise. Yeah, whatever, won that one. Stop jumping, please. But like we're letting the pressure get up the map, like holding across, and then we're getting behind them. Like this is really good. I'm probably just running straight top mid there, to be honest, and just getting completely behind them, but it still shows some higher level of awareness of making that L and then collapsing behind it. Nice. Like this is just a win if we just don't throw our lives away. Okay. And yeah, not much else to say about that round. Been going on for quite a long time here, so may cut this one short. But I think like the general idea here is in round 1, you guys just literally left the ball at your feet and didn't play for it at all. In round 2, for the longest period of time, we were doing the same kind of thing. We were, staggering fights, not playing together. But in round 2, when we eventually got control, we started to actually block spawns, force them into like the farthest away spot from the ball as possible. Ball carriers being active and actually looking around at what's going on the map. And we just came back. So I am curious what happens in this round that isn't replicable from last round. All right, so we do have a 3-by-1 going on here now. Again, start of every round they went for the ball, you guys. It's like you finally kind of played for it a little bit. Oh. Yeah, and just going 3 by 1, look at what happens. We cleared them all out just by having 3 people in one lane. It's crazy. Absolutely insane that putting our guns together actually just cleared them all out and we won the fight, and now we're getting the first set of ball time. Alex, you should start like leaning this way. I think I've mentioned like one of the rules I have for Oddball is like don't have the ball carrier on the edge of the setup. All your teammates are that way, so you're on the edge. They can approach you from red without anybody being there's like a buffer to protect you. So start working it back towards this way. Like the longer you stand here, the worse that this is going to get. You also kind of leave Scott by himself, and yeah, like this just works out so much better if like you see this kind of thing going on and you start, instead of drifting towards this direction, you just start drifting back this way because this is where your team is at. You want your ball carrier like in the middle of the team. So I would be here, like really cautious of somebody coming up cuts or a elbow. You can always chuck the ball this way if you need, or chuck it towards bottom mid, or just walk towards bottom mid. But you're kind of drifting off into no man's land, away from everyone. And like, if that drift had been over to the other side as they get over here, it doesn't really affect you as much. The other option too is to just drop the ball and fight. Curious what happened to Scott here. I mean, this is fine. Again, this is kind of creating the L that I was talking about. Nice. Okay. Just dodge your grenades a little bit better, but you got a kill. I'm not really harping on it too bad. Yep, your team's up the map. You should definitely just be getting up the map. Try to flow in behind this pressure. Like, stop telling them where you're coming from as your teammates are dying. You just telegraphed because you kept shooting, and now this guy's gonna come towards you. But hey, you're making a ratty play. Yeah, the longer you take to kill this guy, the longer his team has to come and like support him. But now you and Scott are together. God almighty, look at this. We got guys shooting their guns at the same person. What is happening? I don't even know what I'm seeing here. Yeah, so now you're like on the outside edge of that L, so you should know that like they're going to be spawning there, but we want to hold the line like here. Like we don't want to, I mean, unless we've got multiple people collapsing, we don't want to fight this direction. We want them to start getting up the map and shoot them as they're here and kind of corral them into like a net, or, you know, like cattle. We can corral them. This is kind of questionable. You're giving up your position to go bottom mid, but you make it work. You get a kill. I think you got a call out, so it's fine. Kind of unsure where they're at, which is also understandable, but most important thing once we start losing numbers is to stay near your surviving teammates. Definitely a little over strafing there. Nice. We actually timed it a little bit together, but then it kind of got mistimed. I think like the idea here is like, hey, wait up, I'm with you. You just gotta see this grenade and just not run into it, which I don't know that you did. So. Yeah, you did about the best you could do with your life there. God almighty, oh my god. Look at these guys. Wait. Not this life. It's like, hey, there's my teammate. Let me get with him. Look at this. Okay, like Kyle tried to ruin it by turning and and looking the opposite direction. But watch what happens when two people just shoot the same guy. You can replay this again if you guys want to see it. Again, Kyle, like, the play's already here in front of you guys. Like, the ball's there. We don't care. Like, we care about shooting these guys when we have the ball and we're wasting their time, but us shooting them when the ball's over here is wasting our time. So don't look that direction. Like, just turn here and look at this. Boom, 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 dead. And now Kyle's like, all right, well, our job's done. I'm going to be slow now. Like, Scott's already through. Still works out. And you see how just that one play of two people, like, getting together and clearing a lane just completely turned the tide of that entire fight. Like, you two just being a buzzsaw or a bulldozer, as I keep telling you, in one lane together, just completely flipped this around, and now we're going to get some ball time, hopefully. Yeah, we're definitely being too slow here. Like, just get over into the fight with your teammate. Like, we want to... The way I think about ball is we have to clear the whole area around the ball, so not just, like, this side of it. We have to make sure that this side's clear, too. So you guys just did a fantastic job, and I complimented you of, like, you know, killing one guy and then killing two guys. Like, sure, shoot. Okay. He's around the corner. I'm just running. I'm running. And I'll get my shields back as I go. Instead, you're like kind of slow. And then this guy shows up. It's whatever. But now he's dead. And now you know 3 people are dead. You know the only guy alive's over here. So why are we standing still? Too slow. Too slow. Too slow. Just go. 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 Get with him. And now we're like, they're spawning in the open space complimentary to him. And now everything's kind of screwed. So just get your body there, especially when you know, like, you're at a maximum advantage, like 3 down or whatever. Getting a little awkward. And same thing with you, Kyle. Like, we just got 3 dead. You guys have to be able to call this out. Like, Alex has to be like, hey, they're 2 dead, they're 3 dead or whatever, and one's a spawner. We know that one's a spawner. Like, you need to just be gone in the middle of this, and you're just really slow. And I get it, we're trying to cross, but, like, this is the opportunity where we have to just full on complete the collapse.
Shock rifle inbound. Like a bolt from the blue.
And this is what I mean by completing the collapse. Actually getting into the guy's face. You just got shot from that guy. We just got a double kill. We know this is the only guy alive. I'm completely fine with that death. Got to grab the ball and just chuck it out as you're going, but it's fine. Like, just go bottom mid and get to the ball. Like, who cares about these guys? Like, just... Oh, hey, Kyle. Hey, ball. We can shoot together.
Like a bolt from the blue.
I'd say space before before ball. Like, get your body into the space that we need to be in before you stare and shoot at the ball. Like, space before shots, I should say. Like, we tend to have our gun up shooting a whole lot, the whole team. Like, we want to shoot from a distance, and we really need to cut as much space as possible away from them, constrict their movement, and then shoot. Like, doing these kind of shots across map right now, especially in oddball or like strongholds, when the other team's in control, just doesn't help us at all because they are gaining. Hey, look, we shot together. I know this guy's chasing us, which is annoying, but like, just being here for one shot, like, you could have been here earlier, but just being here for one shot with your teammate just makes so much of a difference. We try to avoid bottom mid like the plague on this map, I've noticed. Like, we absolutely love this no man's land area, but we absolutely hate bottom mid. Again, that guy doesn't really matter that much, but whatever. We got a kill. Got damage on another guy. You two need to just be getting in here together. It's like you're kind of fighting together, but it's not like super good. Nice. But see what happens again, like same thing. Things look like absolute garbage on the other side of the map. I mean, yes, those two get a kill, but two of our guys just died. We take the worst possible route, but just having two people together, we break their setup. Because we have two people fighting at the same timing. Now, imagine if we can get like 3 or 4 people fighting at the same timing. Not necessarily needing to be in the lane together on top of each other, but like at least around each other. Okay, now we're gonna try to take up space this way. Unfortunately, you're a little late, and you kind of just gotta concede. Like, I would back up here, but it's fine, you get the kill. Oh my god, look at this. Oh my god, look at this. How did this guy get through? You got a triple kill, and the last guy alive kills your ball carrier. Like, it's just insanity to me. So what happened? Watch it from Scott's point of view. Okay, watching. Yeah, you don't have to like hide behind this until they start shooting. So you don't have to jiggle, just stand here and literally stare. Wait a second. Wait a second. How did this guy break this? Like, I feel like this is an impossible play. Like, there's no way that he just went bottom mid and just got through here for free, right? Like, it's absolutely unreasonable to think that someone could use bottom mid as a route to get through this map and to get around all of your setup. Huh. Strange. And I don't mean to, like, sound condescending to you guys, but, like, there's very obvious examples in this match of like things that prove like some of the things that we've talked about work. And then there's also very obvious examples of things like, how do we break? Well, we take like a ratty route. We take unorthodox routes. We don't take like the most head-on route where they're just going to be beaming us the whole time. I kind of feel like this is on Kyle a bit because he's like out of position. I also, maybe what Trevor was doing in the other round actually works, and just having a guy in this corner prevents this. The biggest thing is we're not like covering every possible route that they can get to us. Like, we've got 2 people hard focused on this route when really like there's, you know, they can approach from this elbow or they can approach from cuts. And then we've got Trevor like super deep over here. So he's really only seeing this. He's not seeing anyone that's coming this way. So we just have no line of sight there. So it's just a lapse in line of sight. Alex got a triple kill. Just run forward. Like, it still doesn't end up costing us, but some next level awareness by that guy. This is probably going to be the round. But yeah, hopefully this illustrates some of the talking points that we talked about. I think, again, a big thing from all of this is like when we can double up and actually have 2 guns together for a break. Like, we're trying to break their setups. We're trying to push up the map. Just putting 2 people together is like a huge thing. On the other end of the spectrum is like we need to be more on top of actually grabbing the ball and actually being active when we get a chance. We need to clear the entire area around the ball and pick it up whenever we have numbers. Like, there's no excuse for us to ever lose a game of ball or any other objective game when we have more kills than the other team, because just by that fact, we were alive on the map longer than they were. So we're going to definitely work on this quite a bit, but hopefully this makes sense. And yeah, thanks guys.